killed the boys in the luggage. 'Tis expressly against the law of arms. 'Tis as Ireland, a peace and knavery. What you now as can be offered? And your conscience now, is it not?
'Tis certain there's not a boy left alive, and the cowardly rascals that ran from the battle have done the slaughter. Besides, they have burned and carried away all that was in the king's tent, wherefore the king most worthily hath caused every soldier to cut his prisoner's throat. Oh, to the gallant king!
Aye, he was born at Monmouth, Captain Gower. What called you the town's name where Alexander the Pig was born?
Alexander the Great.
Why, I pray you, is not Pig great? The Pig, or the Great, or the Mighty, or the Huge, or the Magnanimous, are all one of the reckonings. So the phrase is a little variation.
I think Alexander the Great was born in Macedon. His father was called Philip of Macedon, as I take it.
I think it is in Macedon where Alexander was born. I tell you, Captain, if you look in the maps of the world, I want you to find the comparisons between Macedon and Monmouth. There's the situations, look you, it's both alike. There's a river in Macedon. There's also moreover the river at Monmouth. It's called Wye at Monmouth. It is only out of my brains what is the name of the other river. But there's all one. It's alike as my fingers is to my fingers. And there is sound names in both. If you mark Alexander's wife well, Harry and Monmouth's life has come after it indifferent. Well, for there is figures in all things. Alexander, God knows, you know, in his rages and his furies and his wraths, in his colours and in his moods and his displeasures, his indignations, and also being a little intoxicates in his brains, did in his ills and his angers, look you, kill his best friend Cletus.
Our king is not like him in that he never killed any of his friends.
It is not well done, mark you now. Take the tales out of my mouth. It is made and finished. I speak but in the figures and comparisons of it, as Alexander killed his friend Cletus, being in his ales and his cups. So also Harry Monmouth, being in his right wits and his good judgments, turned away the fat knight with his great bellied doublet. He was full of jests and gibes and knaveries and mocks. I forgot his name.
Sir John Falstaff?
That is he. I tell you, there's good men born.
Here comes his majesty.
I was not angry since I came to France until this instant. Take a trumpet, herald. Ride thou unto the horsemen on yon hill. If they will fight with us, bid them come down or avoid the field. They to offend our sight if they'll do neither. We will come to them and make them scurry away as swift as stones and force with the old Assyrian slings. Besides, we'll cut the throats of those we have, and not a man of them that we shall taste our mercy. Go and tell them so.
Here comes the herald of the French, my liege.
His eyes are humbler than they used to be.
How now? What means this herald? Knowst thou not that I have found these bones of mine for ransom? Comest thou again for ransom?
No, great king. I come to thee for charitable license, that we may wander all this bloody field to look our dead, and then to bury them, to sort our nobles from our common men. For many of our princes, for the while, lie drowned and soaked in mercenary blood. So do our vulgar drench their peasant limbs in blood of princes, and their wounded steeds thread fetlock deep in gore, and with wild rage yerk out their armed heels at their dead masters, killing them twice. Oh, give us leave, great king, to view the field in safety, and dispose of their dead bodies.
I tell thee truly, herald, I know not if this day be ours or no. For yet many of your horsemen peer and gallop over the fields.
The day is yours.
Praised be God, and not our strength for it. What is this castle called that stands hard by?
They call it Agincourt.
Then call we this the field of Agincourt, fought on the day of Crispin Crispianus.
Your grandfather, a famous Melanie, and please your majesty, and your great uncle Edward, the Black Prince of Wales, as I have read in the chronicles, fought the most brave battle here in France.
They did, Fluellen.
Your majesty says very true. If your majesty is remembered of it, Welshmen did good service in a garden where leeks to grow, wearing leeks in their Monmouth caps where your majesty know. To this hour is an honourable badge of the service. I do believe your majesty takes no scorn to wear a leek upon St. Tavy's Day.
I wear it for the memorable honour, for I am Welsh. You know that, my good countrymen.
Oh, the water and why cannot wash your majesty's worst blood out of your body. I can tell you that. God bless it and preserve it, as long as it pleases his grace, and his majesty too.
Thanks, good my countrymen.
By Jesu, I am your majesty's countryman. I care not to know it. I'll confess it to all the world. I need not be ashamed of your majesty. Praise be God, so long as your majesty is an honest man.
God keep me so. Our heralds go with him. Bring me just notice of the numbers of dead on both our parts. Call yonder fellow hither.
Soldier, you must come to the king.
Soldier, why wearest thou glove in thy cap?
Ain't pleased, your majesty. 'Tis a gage of one that I should fight withal if he be alive.
An Englishman.
Ain't pleased, your majesty. The rascal that swagged with me last night, who was alive and ever dared to challenge this glove, I have sworn to take him a boxer there. Or, if I can see my glove in his cap, which he swore as he was a soldier, he would wear if alive, I will strike it out soundly.
What think you, Captain Fluellen? Is it fit for the soldier to keep his oath?
He is a craven and a villain else. Ain't pleased your majesty and my conscience.
It may be his enemy is a gentleman of great sort, quite from the answer of his degree.
Though he be as good a gentleman as the devil is, as Lucifer and Beelzebub, himself it is necessary look their place, that he keep his vow and his oath. If he be perjured, see now, his reputation as an Ireland, a villain, and a jacksauce as ever his black shoe trod upon God's ground. There's earth in my conscience. La!
Then keep thy vow, sirrah, when thou meetst the fellow.
So I will, my liege, as I live.
Who servest thou under?
Under Captain Gower, my liege.
Gower is a good captain, and has good knowledge and literature in the wars.
Call him hither to me, soldier.
I will, my liege.
Here, Fluellen, wear thou this favour for me, and stick it in thy cap. When Elayne and myself were down together, I plucked this glove from his helm. And if any man challenge this, he is a friend of Elayne, and an enemy to our person. If thou encounter any such, apprehend him, and thou dost me love.
Your grace do me as good honors can be desired in the hearts of his subjects. I would fain see the man that he has but 2 legs, that shall find himself agreed at his glove. That is all. But I would fain see it once, and please God of his grace that I might see.
Knowst thou Gower?
He is my dear friend, and please you.
Pray thee, go seek him, and bring him to my tent.
I'll fetch him.
My lord of Warwick, and my brother Gloucester, follow Fluellen closely at the heels. The glove which I have given him for a favour may happily purchase him a box the ear 'tis the soldier's. I by bargain should wear it myself. Follow, good cousin Warwick. Find that the soldiers strike him, as I judge by this blunt bearing he will keep his word. Some sudden mischief may arise of it, for I do know Fluellen valiant and touched with choler, hot as gunpowder, and quickly return an injury. Follow and see there be no harm between them.